How embarrassing is the stage?
For me, I saw it as if you are nursery phobia. On the stage, on my what day, on my recitals, and I had in a mom's or Mundinaso.
Thanks for joining us on eForum on GhanaWeb TV. The name is Abrantipa. We've met again for another discussion, another conversation on issues relating to the arts and entertainment with a touch of wit. Today on the show, we'll be focusing on gospel musicians and publicity stunts. I'm sure someone Brother Samini and the Sopoku videos be out. Brother Sami Dieni and the Sopoku na and the Sopoku Tibebi Onenkof be ahead of his program. And Brother Sami Baho, I say, a luta BSC wo ho. Mo kumasi de mekan luta moti ase. Ase ntawantawa bi say wo ho. And before this video, there had been some confrontations. Brother Sami and the Sopoku Gachen is a unimna se usine anniversary event nasia or ninu ebe that was and the Sopoku celebrating 20 years in the industry. So we'll talk about that. And as Nebio on a radio interview or in a radio interview, I say, girl be a man. Girl be a man, lollipop. So some people are asking questions. Is this for publicity or it is real? And we're asking if it's publicity, what is really wrong with that for gospel musicians to stage stunts? Later on, we'll focus on American Vice President's visit to Ghana, her meeting with the creatives, her visit to the Cape Coast Castle, and the LGBTQ plus comments that has actually caused controversy. Today on the show, I have Martinez, who is an entertainment pundit and a movie producer. Martinez Akwaba.
You know, boss.
Yeah, fine.
Oh, Nyamiadum.
Nice one.
I mean, say Ghana is fine, then you say fine.
Ghana is fine, man.
Say Ghana is fine, then you say fine.
Okay. Any hypothesis? Well, Romeo, Ghana is fine, man.
Yeah, idiot. Yeah, idiot.
Yeah, Ghana is fine. Magduna Nani Asari, aka Romeo, is an event organizer. Madina Social Welfare Assemblyman. He's an actor, he's a poet, he's everything showbiz. Romeo, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Abrantia.
If you were managing a gospel musician, would you engage in publicity stunts of any sort?
Business in terms of propaganda marketing and any move to popularize your products, you're welcome. But you see, gospel is good news. It's not something that's need to be diluted. Say ABR, Ubeye Nyamon be just to promote it. As I say, oh, she's scafe and the gospel. But we are gospel. You see, go ye into the world and preach the gospel. And you don't have to pull stunts to win souls for Christ. As now you are defeating the purpose or the rationale behind your gospel. Make us say gospel and not a gospel no yeah, to win souls. But if you're looking at the business aspect, anything and social media then abba. So we me popularize, we me market to Unyama just for people to see the good works you have, even through events in Asifono. Ebo okra airplay ni this friend saying internet friend saying sources here platforms here good to inti or avenues to popularize whatever acts and as a content aware then over. But to come to create or to raise eyebrow to bait followership there, I feel it's almost defeated the purpose of the gospel. A secular artist in every right in his capacity can do that, and wait me, I am free to do that. But as a gospel artist, no, you don't have that. Then you are not a gospel musician. And yes, someone would argue, say, I bear business, but the gospel aspect is the focal point. The business, and it will survive. What I say, in America, they are diluting it. It is a new gospel in the area. Then we look at the business aspect. Propaganda marketing is welcome. I know that this is stunts, but Shatawale in say for Omuye, but Shatawale is a gospel artist. It is on or stage BB or police stunts be just to bait followership and answer popularity. You and a Sopoku, and I say Dan Hamilton, and I a friend saying Joe Metal. You have no business in pulling stunts. For me, it's a no in that area.
Martinez, you have a different view on that?
Yeah, it's about showbiz. And for me, I always say, you know, gospel musicians now, better here. So it's not just about kingdom business, and blah blah, but it's about showbiz. I was saying, brand and to me, a building, you need that sustainability. And when in account, mind you, most of them have their lives they live before entering into the music business or the music scene as gospel musicians. It be a honor and a strength. And that's the gospel. But on one case, a different figure. Just that most of them, they do things behind the scene because of criticism, like said Romeo can always say into anyone say, oh yes, sir. But in Bimo almost be pa. And for me, I always say there's nothing wrong, so yes, there's nothing wrong. It's your life. It's about the message you are putting across. But a personal life, and you have to be real. And see, it's like they feel when it comes to showbiz, it shouldn't be about a secular phone. There are ways and means to actually get a certain clause. Like there are award schemes, there are things to be done for you to be recognized and even win the ultimate Artist of the Year. And Osha, so far, Jometone than how many winning and say the gospel fraternity, they were so happy. Sadly, it's almost so a bit more free on my camp waiting. But at the end, I don't know for more Adrian Corn say a game no more a player. You need to play the game. We can say, oh, Nyamijuma can to Tonyo we see. No, this year they've come to understand that stunts anyway now can be.
But Bimihuni say strictly for ministry. So if it's ministry, why pull a stunt to get the attention of the public?
So real, better game. They've come to understand that when it comes to showbiz, it's business. Like Romeo said, if say one of the and no one criticizing them, but me, I see nothing wrong with it, because at the end of the day, it's about getting your brand very active, getting a certain kind of image out there, being powerful, and to say when we are say a farmer, why not? And for me, I believe that gospel musicians are fake, they really struggle in the game, because if you are to charge for a show and you feel like Nyamjuma na be a main charge, then you come back later and complain, say yeah, moko program near mo fanta ni cook and you are complaining bitterly. This is why now because you need to charge in order to sustain the brand. And sustaining the brand, they feel some of these things as part. And see, well, adults, they understand what they are doing, whether it is real or it's not real. But we need to game no.
Yeah.
The issue here is that a good contenter, usually you don't need stunts. I'm saying so because
you may not, or you
may not.
Okay.
PSA study, and you're not releasing here, no. Even in the within the fray of the gospel fraternity, no, they are even pushing say on winning artist of the year, because naturally was subdue obia with that kind of release. Into equality, it doesn't matter who you're competing with. Your competitors would even end up marketing you, so you don't need stunts. Today, can I say? Because Enosopoku is a fine artist, or you like good songs or voice and a whole lot. So what he owes us is something good to be able to bait even the sleeping ones. Say, hey, Meti Koku Jesi in your match. Koku Jesi should come back with a big bang, and I say, yeah, Joby Chem with a big bang. He wouldn't need a stance, because he would only have to garnish what he used to give us in the past until I had done. So it becomes easy to reconnect. But pulling up unnecessary stance, especially with that unwholesome stance of say, yeah, BJ or Basmo, it's ungodly. Like, why that time? Why?
What's in that?
And at that time, I will promote a new man, promote programmer. Was that the appropriate time? You want to say, say a stance just to pull the focus na traffic no ebeba na ehu ne nyum no
so how
we are Christians crampo and follow.
How are people easily concluding, say, a stunt with what happened between Ernest Opoku and Brother Sammy and his interview? No, can say, or baby, or a man, BJ or Kemuno. How do you conclude, say, a stunt?
Say, a stunt into a discussion. There's a notion, there's a perception. Until so I catch they say yes stance.
Oh, so I say yes stand.
Oh, but yes, we read between the lines in him say them for a pulling yama, especially some can be on releasing and on any on the verge of releasing any track and also any project be
it's a 20th anniversary.
And I'm just a project be under the name and a BBC and there you could say one of those things. But there's a project. A celebration of his 20th anniversary, it has to do with him, his brand. Until say focus in Ayoko PC, so I has to do something say be any better than so. But in the wrong way. And can you say and there's a boku why donation bo baby and I say obi a kidney transplant be ni untiminti and say like something godly. Obetimi a poli that kind of stage stance, you know, in a positive manner, but not in the manner Opuli no. Other brother Sammy stage ade omo yes, one of those who has a banter omo police for the Samiechi. As a baby I say to nyum we say to nyum no. For me, I feel it's a shred in a positive sense. That performance no. But other friends and components na account no. Uncalled for.
Martinez, does it appear to you as though we seem to be putting the gospel musicians in a box on what they can do and what they cannot do, or wafa gospel na to hono so no there maybe actually you should actually stay off? So
me follow two ways.
Okay.
But one on my box and the other one yenso na box me what I believe in is when you have to be yourself. You don't need to be fake. And the reason why I say America's hand is most of the gospel musicians, obia when the life are no living, as an ebi odira gospel music.
That I say obi ba Christo mo anu aya body of fro. Na ne madada ni nyina twem. Ti say wo was our life na. Say no na twem. I say utimi adapt it to the Christian life. Ana.
You see, upon you, when you 3 years, I was on a maybe when you dream now, we're training Yame and it's a bonsam. The life he wants to live or she wants to, or not choose, or the right to live the way he or she wants, except say is against the constitutions of our land. And you train us one and say, you face some punishment. But apart from that, you know, or adults, gospel music, you know, the reality is a lot of them does that for business. So what is it? It's not as if say yeah. Gonna do this and you say musra. No. It's about understanding the game, knowing how to write good lyrics, knowing how to compose, and that is it. They say, I'm sure saying some way somehow you share Bimo one-on-one. They have their life they live. Those who chooses to come real, I know mobile real.
But all stand to be or how time that. I will hear stand to say, the way there is not well scripted.
And Bakuni they are discussing.
Yeah. How best could they have done it? Because who believe in stunts? What is wrong with what they came out with?
It looks like they were acting, and when the actor is not on point, I won't. Because how our brother Sammy drew and so sorry, I mean it's like it's been scripted.
It was expected.
It doesn't make sense. It's a stunt, alright, but say almost and they come on to them. They are because they are not used to those stuff. Because there are certain stunts be our own. You got to say stunt crowd. And later, what to say the parties involved, no. Come out clear say what we did was actually stand as a DC and in your life. You'll be surprised. It didn't look so real.
Me trying to know. To say that lumba ni friends a gospel artist way. Ampon. See as Ampon will show. Na say ebia my patch abna on aware. Na that lumba Ampon to na microphone be a sound they will crowd na say that lumba be pure stage so obia who say tailored stunts. If he say natural, just to prove to the public, say, oh, they are no longer a beefing. Which has meanwhile a bit my stunt behind the scenes. So a bit more orchestrated in a manner like people will be in doubt. We say nicer, but when it's become glaring, it's boring.
So I mean, every stunt to be our consequences. Until once you are doing it, you should know say, who's so bad. Or say ufisi. I mean, it's you need to understand. Into oh yeah, so we see you say oh yeah there. No idea. Say the who's so never. I know they will say you get but we would there no. It looks so fake.
What will be the consequence? We would there no.
Me, I don't see any problem with it. Okay. But I've been a Romeo kind of majority will see a problem with it and feel like we are gospel musicians. You are not supposed to get at each other like that. So even more, you don't believe what you preach. It will go against them, especially with their and the Sopoku come about BJ. It tells you said they also have BJ in their bedrooms. We put in a bedroom.
Some they are worried and say.
I just worry ask them. Okay, we more camp and they are enjoying life, Pepe. So what I saw no maybe I'm not being the kind of about thing. I mean,
no, they need your bass.
Yeah. Some time ago. Yeah, when they see on the Nayas them.
Yeah.
So it tells you say and no a bit more because they're passionate
but the fact is lifestyle maybe I'm social more talent be more challenges. Say immoral and discipline. In some of these things we pardon, but you don't put it at the fore. Like you don't make it say obian what talent you na beka say obian say dem mbuade obetimi de wano akansa but actions and professor just oh guy we your talent but mbuade but men for no here dem beka say me minim say me here dem mbuade. That's what he did.
Right, so that's the discussion on the publicity stance of gospel musicians Ebimu Epuli. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll talk about the US Vice President and her visit to Ghana, as well as how it's influence on the arts will be. See Forum on GhanaWeb TV. Welcome back. You're still watching E-Forum on GhanaWeb TV. The name is Abrantipa. I'm doing this with Martinez. He's a movie producer, entertainment pundit, and McDonald Naneo Asari, aka Ambassador Romeo. He is an event organizer, Madina Social Welfare Assemblyman. So next is US Vice President's visit to Ghana. First, na me bono Kamala Harris, and then Matis will be say, ano, last any year silent. Kamala Harris. Me boy na na matumebo because Arne Elne woman no. So we'll do a course soon in our a discussion on that. I don't know where my panelists would want to take it from. So from the airport, the stage that was mounted for her, the comments she passed, the LGBTQ comments. Remember, some of our celebrities have been talking about LGBTQ plus, KNUST, UDS, so we'll talk about that as well, and then her visit to a recording studio, her engagement with people in the arts. Let me read her statement on the LGBTQ plus. She says, I feel very strongly about the importance of supporting the freedom and supporting the fighting and fighting for equality among all people, and that all people be treated equally. I will also say that this is an issue that we consider, and I consider to be human rights issue, and that will not change. So those were her comments, kind of urging us. And of the reason she came to Ghana or Africa was to push for the LGBTQ plus. So first off, let's begin from the airport, the stage. Nayanka with her meeting with the stars and then the LGBTQ. Romeo, let me begin.
The stage in the honestly speaking, one embarrassment. Or minor, in terms of a country of so much, a country of so much creativity, so much brilliance. You know, say you're welcome, we share this kind of stage. Like I said,
how embarrassing is the stage?
For me, I saw it as if you are nursery phobia. On the stage, on my what day, on my recitals, and I started in a mom's or mundinaso. Because honestly speaking, I didn't get the concept behind it. Over knowledge, and I say I don't get it. For me, it was a bad spectacle, and we could have done something unique, something like even if Oba Kramudi Abedia, it's a palm front. As a Ozana, no my yama in the chikra, rural bikran amudi, sa we for friends and cram for the homo sound run on where no he be gunite him say yeah send some traditional signal. So what about Africa? We are upholding our vegetation.
Was the kente not symbolic enough?
The symbolism of the kente at that time with its usage was wrong. She stayed there kente nabo. What was its essence? Stage one kaza as a brand as an individual. What went into your mind? Like they na call waju, they na ba waju. They na waju and say inti you were creative people. We do your mind in him. Now one advice way. That's the first question I made them. I say until why they suggest is way. And why they promote is way. Because it was an embarrassment, honestly speaking. And on any platform, sure as a Nigeria form for causing this would be sort of a banter our TV and say you know opportunity to say it wasn't.
Would we not be the same people to have complained if we had mounted a glamorous stage and roping in difficulties in terms of finances? Idea you
say budget stage no. Upa me nkoshe say exorbitant. Koshe budget no. So it has nothing to do with the exorbitance of where in dignity or Oba. So we have to give it our best shots. Mind you, Oba no or Nkommo by OTS BET for Grammy for actresses, actors, directors, so they're also looking at a level of creativity. And when you chance American Vice President, now why a best stage kente the almost your problem say kente no through the American embassy. OTS almost kente you meet easy, but do something, come up with a concept. OTS and KBI my active and I say we because a golden stool and I cover no and OTH and best send this signal people will start reading about the golden stool. Now so I raise discussions. What's the concept behind this best stage?
So this was per the post that Nabewa Lassan made on Facebook. Any company and for him he didn't go with his design. It is the design from his client. So he did what the client wanted. Because people were bashing him and he had made some posts on Facebook about the fact that
but to understand, okay, but as a professional it's wrong. Once you're a professional and you have standards. Now say Obi wants you to skew off your standards. It's not just about the money. What you say until you're doing it at this way, then you're not the on pay with fro. But if come, so whatever blame comes on J. Because so bitter Akwaba say unye live band on performing. That's standard. And you can not be man offshore no standard why they was set. TV over negotiate on this because of live band crowd or feeling okay so be performing live band but this one else in the bucket for my be by force. See who you be na say who say you are the best at it. Na so be ba normal concepts be and follow within your scope. I didn't go say bit my brewa. And this kind of thing kwaje. So why would he be explaining things? Eko yi and go ba be kire say the client's concept or develop here na nya ne de. It wouldn't go so excuse my language gibberish.
About how they yes, when anyway.
Okay, so comment.
Me too, I didn't like it.
You don't like
it? Area.
Okay.
But then when we say artwork, say stage now I can say no need there then.
A number of people have commented on it. Nana Banamwade, when she saw the picture, her comment was A+ also says it's Subribi Village Square and that we could have done better. And so that's the reason. And for those who may not be aware, this falls within the arts when it comes to stage, decor, so even if the celebrities have not spoken, we still would have. Yeah, Romeo, want to say something?
Yeah, my problem is that in this country, Obia within a domain, so Jumeyiba na follow Obi within Nipano jurisdiction as a professional. Or per se, Odi Husika intino, or best sublet Yam Obi. Meanwhile, so far professional, not professional, near Jumano.
Oh, but Nabil is a professional.
And I make sure say Nipano di Ajumama Nabil. Nipano concept no de buy Nipano or equal to Nabil. Nipano a professional. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I get it now.
Inti senye we juma. Give it to who deserves it. Inti say acquiring Nipano, baby anka Nipano will lose the juma. You be fired because it's an embarrassment, it's a national disaster. Inti say who lose the juma, then you won't say there is sort of an integrity at work. Until next time, BBC Ebane won't say microphone and say, Yabane is about to be who are. And your president, you go be saying, who will lose the juma.
Meeting with the arts and then,
yeah, no, because
we have 5 minutes.
So the point is, Nabil didn't have any say in this. He actually followed directives there, the man.
Yes. Let's move away from the stage. Let's talk about her meeting with the creatives in a recording studio, her visit to the Cape Coast Castle where, the slavery actually went on back in the day. And let's talk about the LGBTQ. I hope we are able to do this within the 5 minutes. Mami, starting from Martinez.
Yeah, when it comes to the creative, I think it's good. I saw a couple of lists of artists Omo Ebe Rouse, Sarkodie, and Hema Swede, who is a very young artist, and I was happy for that boy in particular. It's good. It will add up to our status as a country. Visiting the Cape Coast Castle, yes, added value as well to our tourism sector. And so the Romeo Kine, she didn't come alone. She came with a team. And going forward, we don't know the discussion, of course, between the creative sector and the team. No. But I believe as a nation, if we are very smart, we can tap into this opportunity to raise the flag of the country very high. If the U.S. Vice President has come here, has been able to visit the Cape Coast Castle, I mean, that's a huge platform.
How do we capitalize on it?
Come on. Advert be anywhere in way. Yes. Advert, unless we are not smart. But if we as well, I mean, beyond the return, a friend is a year of return. We saw number of foreigners trooping in this friend is saying this tourist sites, which at the end of the day boosted the economy. And now we have the US Vice President on Swaba. It has added a certain huge
clouds.
Yes, to the industry, which we should take a very good advantage of it. Ludacris
he's still here.
I'm sure he's still around.
Okay.
So it tells you
Lee is also here.
Yes, it tells you this particular year, I mean, like it's a brighter year for our country with regards to entertainment. So this is on our laps as an industry, the creative art industry. We should be able to, in fact, documentary. Of course, I'm sure you're taking videos and photos of this documentary, which at the end of the day, you bet to me, they are building for the future generation. You bet to me, they are actually more foreigners to come in. It should create that easy accessibility between our artists and the foreign artists, American artists, like the BET awards and all of that. It should be able to put us there. I don't know communication I have aside the LGBT. I don't know the communication course, so especially on creative art. But I believe that in the university, the creative arts department shouldn't lose at all from it. It will be surprising. In fact, to me, but it's a plus for Omo Mudinichi as an artist.
Okay. Quickly, LGBTQ plus.
First and foremost question, response I'm going to say. The first gentleman and the first lady, second lady of the American people. Obia wo Bema wo yere, Obano so okuno. It's a statement. It's a God bless America. Getting on top hierarchy, Bema no worry, Bema vice president no worry oba. Oba so di ni kunu ne ba you. Wan fa oba as ni partner and about the Bema as the partner ne ba and within our cultural jurisdiction, you tolerate sad in our culture. If sisters are frowning on polygamy, you can't push it down their throats. You should stop pushing it down our throats. And our presidency should be straightforward in dealing with them. Say they Kufuor, President Kufuor Moni Atamelsmo dealt with them straightforward. Most many of Uganda on plane, I'm releasing way no kind or catch them say what they practice there, we don't coerce them, we don't push them, we don't push it against them, we don't blame them, we don't criticize them. They should allow us also to practice what satisfies us. Until they shouldn't push anything down our throats. You are not against anyone's right. Omoba yanchi LGBTQ we be am fan share cage mu and yanchi obi awaye transgender be am fan share people be aseni akase ye impede on human rights. Ye wonra okrum ha. The same way say me call them ko wari mi ni be jeli me. If you are talking business, you should talk business. Our leaders should be bold enough to draw the distinction between whipping sympathy just for favors and also being real. Because we are real with them and they know this is, you don't like it, they don't push down your truth. Even Ubet support from the Arab world, if you get that stance now who say you are taking yourself away from it, Uganda will struggle, but people will come to their aid if they need it. Till let's yes be yes. You guys will be any right, will be all right. But say me more right. Also all right. But right behind then our limitation. Now one aspect of it crime me say me am tell me because me transnational. Me feel say me Canadian. And say me feel say me Canadian dia.
Me here visa.
And me here visa. Me family bag and me go Canada. That's how I feel. So allow me. But they won't allow you. But you want to push things down our throat. So because me me feel say me oba. O see engine too. Now, at the end of the day, like a whole lot of issues, also. And then a promo your washrooms, me, no, say, male, female, you need third room. So, how do we deal with those people? It's not part of our setting. It's a no right on arrival.
Martinez, concluding your coin.
Boss, as a nation, you and Drew baby ever have this discussion. I'm on for pedocumentary. Amen. To say the way system now, you know. So what to say, be more useful formation be 001. It be crabo 000.
Sam George in Dubai.
Aha. Sure. America near those developed countries. No? Imagine how many years they have developed. Baby are on my new dream. It's to say almost dreams and they might be saying so almost they have that conducive environment. Yeah, in Ghana, I 65 years, and I say we are too young to discuss some of these things. And to me, we say we should rather discuss more pressing issue, more important issue. Now, if I wait and don't change.
All right, that's Martinez. He's a movie producer, entertainment pundit. McDonald and Asareki, Ambassador Romeo is an event organizer, artist manager, Madina, social welfare assemblyman, and Chebia, Nebani the
Untold. We did the first birthday.
First birthday.
Yeah, we be man.
So what the Untold there? So what you
Okay.
Wow, we Liverpool.
Okay.
So I was representing Ghana month. So our outfit we come as push am.
We wish you the very best. Happy birthday to you. Nina Beye Penimpa. Yeah, Bidi Opapana Mwechi. He's been very instrumental in the creative arts. Right from our first encounter was on the University of Ghana campus. Why BBAB in terms of the arts, were acting, were shooting, why were grooming pageants, name Yapon, your friend me Benefo Boabin Abrantipa.